Hello everyone, this is Miss Branch, and I'm here today to talk to you with the 3rd through 5th grade, found object, seascape. Alright, so that's what we're going to do today. Now, your found objects can be a chip bag, it can be a box that food or something came in, it could be leftover mailers, which is what I'm going to use to make it easy. Now, you can use scissors or you can just rip it with your hands, and you can use glue if you have it. If you have access to crayons or markers, you can color the paper, but I'm just going to go ahead and start a ripped one and a cut one. First thing, you get to choose. Is your paper going to be horizontal or vertical? Now, if you have access to typing paper, feel free to use some typing paper, or if you have construction paper or something else at your home, you can, or just take a sheet out of your notebook, which is what I did. Now, first things first, I'm going to rip some rectangles across the length of my paper. Now, this is the same length as my paper, so that's good. Now, when I'm ripping, if I keep my pinchy fingers close together, I can control how I rip. And since I'm making it water, I'm going to make it a little wavy. One. Again, taking my time, I can control how I rip the paper. Let's see, I think about 4 good-sized strips should do it. Excuse me. I've been eating some of my candy that's over here in my candy dish, and a little piece got caught in my throat. Let's see, one more. Oh, I don't need that piece. I might use it later for something else. Let's see. So those are going to be my waves, and I'm going to put them over here. Now, for those of you who have scissors, of course, you can just cut some wavy lines. And I'm going to make this part go a little faster by folding my paper, which is probably what I could have did with the ripping, but I didn't think of that until just now. So I'm going to cut some wavy lines for my water. And some more wavy lines here at the bottom. Doesn't have to be all of that. Okay, I'll just cut this piece off. And these pieces that are still together, I'll cut them, make them a bit of wavy. Alright, and I see that these are longer than my horizontal paper. So I see where I need to just cut off a little bit to make it fit. And there's my scissors. So I have my cut side. You know me, I like being neat. And my rip paper side, which I can rip off a little more. So, of course, the rule is still, with the glue, is not a lot, just a dab of glue will do. And just because I want to, I'm going to put the dots down here so they get covered up. I'm going to put a few dots. And then 2, 3. And 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, that should be plenty. Excuse me, everyone. Again, like I said, I'm going to just use one finger for my glue finger. I'm going to spread this glue out. You know, normally in classroom, I would give you a glue brush. That's over a little bit, so I'm going to move that over just a little bit more so it fits on the paper a little better. There we go. And I'm going to overlap. You know what? I probably should have started with the top. Yeah, I'll start with the top. And because I did that, I'm going to put a couple more dots. And I'm going to take this one up. Yeah, it's probably better if we start with the top. Spread those dots out a little bit. Bring my next wave down. Do I want it there? Yeah, that looks fine. My next wave. I'm going to rip off a little bit of this extra right here. And my next wave, I'm going to put a little dot there. Spread that out a little bit. And my next one, a couple of dots. And again, spread it out a little bit. There we go. And put my, let's add the glue on that side. And put my waves down. So now I have my waves on that one. And on this one, again, starting more. Oh, this looks about good. Oh, 1, 2, 3. Spread a little bit. Again, with that one finger. I'm going to put that first one down. And my next one. Spread a little bit. Overlapping helps me to show some distance in art. I still had some glue on my finger, so I just used that glue instead of having to put down some more. But if you end up using all yours, feel free to definitely add more glue. Excuse me again. I don't know why I'm getting all choked up now. I've been flying all day till I'm ready to videotape. And it doesn't go all the way to the bottom, which is fine. I can always cut that off if I want to. So my next step is that I'm going to make my sailboats. And I'm going to show distance. I'm going to show foreground, middle ground, and background. But we need to start with the background. So I need to make 2 equilateral triangles. Let's see what else I want to use. What colors? Oh, this will be fine. Doesn't have to be anything fancy for me. So, my first one, I'm going to make 2 right triangles. So, I'm going to, for the one I'm ripping, I'm just going to rip a little square and fold that square in half. And then, using my pinky fingers close together, rip a triangle. And it's a right triangle because one side is vertical and horizontal. And this is still a little big, so I'm going to make that a little bit smaller. There we go. That was more like a medium-sized one. And then I'm going to rip it down the middle, and I have 2 triangles or triangle-ish shapes. Again, if I do that again, this time with my scissors. Uh-oh. There it goes. Okay, I moved it real quick. Alright, so, little square, fold in half, and cut at an angle, and cut the line down the middle. So now I have my 2 little ones. Now I need to make 2 medium-sized ones. What color I want to use for my medium-sized ones? Oh, this will be interesting. I'll go ahead and a little bigger, way bigger. I don't need it this big, so I'm going to cut, fold, cut at an angle, and then cut them in half. So a little bigger. About as big as my thumb. Yeah, it's about good. And then since I have the scissors in my hand, I'm going to go ahead and make my big one. I think I want that a different color. I'll use the back, because that'll be different. I end up not cutting a square, but I can still make a right triangle. because because a rectangle has straight edges just like a rectangle. So there. And I have my last of my cuts. So now I need to make the rest of my ripped ones for those of you who do not have scissors. So okay, so again, just making a medium size rectangle, triangle or rectangle, doesn't matter which one. This will be good. I'm going to go ahead and fold it one more time, keeping my pinky fingers close together. Boom. And then ripping diagonal. And now these two pieces become my medium-sized ones. Almost look like they could be my large ones, but it's good. Excuse me, everyone. I use the scrap from my waves and make my last one. Again, here's my triangle. I'm making my triangles from my square or rectangle. Fold it. They will definitely be bigger. And rip from one corner all the way across to the other corner. And I have my bigger triangles for my sail. Now I need to make the trapezoid for the boat. Now, this is a good start. This is more close to being an equilateral triangle. I'm going to fold it and rip off a few more pieces to make it more of an equilateral triangle. The easiest way to make a trapezoid is that you take a trapezoid, a equilateral triangle, meaning it's equal on all sides, and just fold it and rip off the top, or cut the top off, which I'll do in a moment. And there's the bottom of my boat. It was a little tiny one. I can make it a little skinnier if I choose to by ripping off some more, but I'll think about that later. And you know what? This piece left, I can still make another trapezoid for my next boat. That's not long enough. I think I want them a little longer. So I'm going to rip off a rectangle and make it a little wider, my trapezoid. Make my equilateral triangle. Now, you don't have to make an equilateral triangle. What you could do is just take a rectangle, like I'm doing now. I have my rectangle. I think I want to make it even a little skinnier. And then my rectangle. And I'm just going to rip off the corners. Kind of like rip off two little right triangles off the corners. There. And I have my other trapezoid for my medium-sized boat, and I need a little one. So I'll just take this little ripped piece of paper, make a tiny rectangle. Okay. Fold it. Rip it. Rip it. And rip this corner. So there I have my trapezoid for that boat. Now for the boats that I cut, I can easily and quickly, let's see, I want that a little skinnier. I will cut this part off, and then cut the corner, and cut the corner. Here's my trapezoid for my first boat. And let's see, what color do I want to use? Because I got so many choices over here. I think my next boat will be a red boat. I'll just cut this little piece off, this rectangle, and cut that part off. Boom. And then cut and cut. And there's my, I think I still want it a little skinnier. There we go. Boom. There's my other boat. Oh, now my smallest boat. I'll just go ahead and use this little scrap. And cut. 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 And now I have my boats. So, I'm going to move all my extra scraps out of the way because I like a clean space and I'm making a mess. There we go. There, there, there. Alright, so I'll go ahead and start with the cut paper. Now, in the foreground, the boat that is the biggest is always at the bottom because it's closest to you. So, there is a video that I played so that you can learn how to do this. And really, I probably should have started with the boat in the background. Oops, I put the glue on the wrong side. So let me wipe that off. Because they may overlap. Here's my sails. Interesting. And bring it a little closer to the boat. There we go. And my medium-sized boat. I'll do it right on the next one. Again, not a lot, just a dot. Rub a little bit. And it sticks. And I'm going to share this dot because this dot's kind of big. So here's my sail for this boat. And the glue that's still stuck on my finger for this sail. That's in my middle ground. And then my last boat, which is in the background, I could just use some of the glue from the edge. I don't even have to squeeze the glue. And just using some glue from the edge. There's one sail. Still a little lot. So I'm going to spread that glue. So here I have found objects. Now I could use cardboard, I could use something else. I'm going to try to find some more blue paper, but I was making this. So you can do all kinds of stuff. I could cut out and put a sun in the background, maybe even some clouds, a sunset, what have you, whatever you want to do to your seascape. Now, I can see how it doesn't come out, it goes past the edges. That is fine. It gives your artwork some character. You can add, like I said, if you got markers or crayons, you can add more to the picture. If you want to draw some people in the boats after it dries, that'll be cool. So let me go ahead and finish my rip paper one and do this in the right order, which I should have started in the background first. So I'm going to put this boat over here because of the color contrast. I think that will be blend in too much. So I'm going to put this wave over here. And I'm going to go ahead and spread this glue and put a little bit underneath because it's still up a little. And then I'm going to go ahead and just put a little bit on my finger and spread it where I want the sails to go. It'll be a lot easier since I'm working with small papers. There's my first boat. And let's see. Oh, my medium-sized boat. Oh, I think I dropped some pieces on the floor. I'll have to get those in just a moment. In the middle ground, my medium-sized boat. So again, not a lot. Just a dot. Dab of glue. Will do. And my sail. Let's see which way do I like the sail. Do I want it this way? I think I like it that way, because then I got those little rectangles. And get some different. So again, spread my glue with my one finger. Spread some. Maybe another little teeny dot. There we go. I thought I could share all the glue from both of them. And then I have to get my last sailboat that fell. Uh-oh, where's my other sail? Did I move it? Oh, no, there's my sailboat. There's my sail. Let me get up. Make sure I didn't drop it. Nope, nope, nope. Did not drop it. Excuse me again. Let's see. Where's my boat? I don't think I'll put it over here. My boat and my sail. I could make them overlap a little bit so that they really show like they're in front of one another. That would help showing the distance. And also, if you feel the need, once it dries a little bit, if you want to trace it a little better so you can see it better, that's always an idea that you can do. And so like my boat that's here. You know, you can trace it with crayons or markers, depending on what you have. Ink pen. Now, I guess I have to make another sail. Did I move it? I don't see it. That is the oddest thing. Oh well, I'll just make another sail. Alright, so let's see what size. This will do. Alright, good. I seem to have a very little boat and big sails. I think I'll rip off just a little bit more because they're not quite even. Again, keeping my pinchy fingers close together, I can control how I rip it. Yeah, there we go. And it's in the foreground. Let me see. They're just a little bigger than my medium size. So I could probably make them a little bigger. So I'll try that again. Since I have this paper still. Let's see. Ripping. There we go, much bigger. Alright, so let me get these glued down, and then this lesson is done. Okay, not a lot, just a dot. I did 4 dots. Still have some glue on my finger. I'll put another dot here and spread that dot around. And put my sail up. Still got enough glue to get started. And another little dot. And there we go. Excuse me again. Like I said, I got a piece of candy caught in my throat. Again, if you choose to, once it dries a little bit, you can trace your sails. That makes you feel better so that they stand out a little bit more. Here's my boat. My trapezoids. My right triangles. My found objects. The difference between cut and ripped. It's up to you if you want to add a sun or some clouds in the background. Those are definitely your choices. Oh, and I made my ink pen thing with some boxes and this light fixture I got at home at Lowe's. It was kind of expensive because this piece of plastic was $17, which then I cut up. Anyway, so that is the 3rd through 5th grade found object seascape. And I will see you guys later. So let me turn the video to me and say hi and bye. Man, 25 minutes.